Hello, I'm Craig Birch here at Manders Real Estate headquarters on the Compton Road in the heart of Wolverhampton with this weekend's property bulletin. And we talked a little bit of Property Live earlier about the final property prices in the West Midlands for this year from the Rightmove monthly index. But it's also worth thinking about current trends as well. The legislation, there's been massive legislation brought in this year. It's made a difference, already making a difference to the property market, and we'll go through some of them. But there has been a study as well, a study from Lloyds Bank, where they have asked questions of all the current homeowners, not the first time buyers, the people already on the property ladder, people like the second stoppers, the third stoppers, the fourth stoppers, however many that may be. And a lot of them are cautious about moving on in the property market and keeping the market moving. They're happy to stay as they, well, maybe not happy, but they think they may stay as they are. Over 1 in 4 people asked were of the opinion that it's not worth them moving up the ladder just yet. For a number of reasons really, but one of them is of course stamp duty land tax. Changes in legislation this year for first time buyers allow them to go up to £300,000 without paying stamp duty land tax, but for the second stoppers nothing has changed. It's the same as it was for first time buyers before this legislation was brought in, £125,000 and that's it. They have to pay stamp duty land tax still on that, and most first time purchases are knocking around the £125,000 mark, but second stoppers are not going to be interested in £125,000 houses unless they're downsizing, which some may do, but it's a very small figure. So a lot of them are staying put, and of the people asked as well, 24% of them said it would be difficult for them to move home because of the costs now associated with making a second property purchase. Well, it's not a second home, but it is them moving on. Another 20% said it's too expensive for them to do so, which is sort of the same thing. 19% did actually specifically cite stamp duty land tax as a reason that they won't be going anywhere soon. And another 17% said prices overall will just stop them from doing it. Does equate to about 1 in 4 in the UK, and it's certainly, that's something that could hold the market up, because if they're not going anywhere, the properties are not becoming available for first time buyers. Doesn't look like the development, the millions of new homes that have been promised is going to happen this side of 2020, so it could hold the market up for a while. It is a worry, and there certainly needs to be more incentive, I would say, for second stoppers and people moving, just to get the property market moving. There needs to be an incentive for them to move up as well, as there should always be, and that in turn, first time buyers cannot buy the properties they want unless these people move. So as it stands, something needs to be done. Will the government work this out? We'll see. Who knows? Autumn budget next year, we might see something for them. They'll certainly be hope so. Also, the rise in interest base rates as well. There's been a massive story this year. For the first time in a decade, the Bank of England lifted those figures, only from 2.5% to 0.5%, but as we all worked out here, and as I explained to you in previous property bulletins as well, that's £1 billion that the Bank of England are going to make additionally between now and 2019, just on that alone. So every little adds up in this instance, particularly when you've got millions and millions of homeowners paying into that pot. And certainly it's something that is worrying current homeowners, potential second steppers as well. 56% of people asked in an eMove survey, these people were aged between 25 to 34, said they won't be moving on just yet. They won't be becoming second steppers. They will stay as they are because they are worried about the costs, worried about the costs associated, and whether it's worth them moving on at this stage until things are brought in that are of great relevance to them and that they can exploit as well. They need an incentive to move on in the market as much as first time buyers need an incentive to become property owners. I'm Craig Birch, and we'll see you tomorrow where we've got some top tips for you.